Okay. So this last half of the property management training, we're going to be going over the fee structure, necessary paperwork, and the process that we do, and then how to actually find business, okay? So the fee structure that Century 21 that we have right now. So Century 21, the whole company as a whole, charges 10% monthly rent, okay? So if the property is $2,000 per month, we are in charge the client $200 with a minimum of $100 per month. So if a property is less than 1,000, say it's $900, it's going to be an automatic just $100 flat fee, okay? Since Century 21 is taking care of all the accounting, the paperwork, back office stuff, tax prep, documents and stuff like that, and you guys doing the other half, you guys split this 10% 50-50, okay? So you get 5%, Century 21 Coyote gets 5%. The rental checks will be paid out to Century 21 Coyote, and then it goes to Century 21's bank account, and then from there we issue their balance to the landlord. Many times, if you set this up correctly, the clients or the tenants, are paying directly through Appfolio, so they don't even need to come in to send a check. But sometimes there's some old school people there. And then if you're filling a vacancy with a new tenant, it's just gonna be the standard first month's rent. Okay, so like if you have a property that's vacant, the landlord's trying to charge $2,000 a month, the commission on that is gonna be $2,000 a month. Okay, for the commission, and then we start charging this 10% monthly reoccurring fee. Okay. The required paperwork, which is all in .loop, is going to be the property management exclusive management agreement, the addendum, and the intake form. Okay, let me pull that up for you guys. And it's all going to be in .loop in the property management tab. So I suggest everybody, jump on here whenever you get a chance and just check this out. So property management tab, property management packet. All right, all those 3 forms are in here. So when you guys get a chance, go in here and check this all out. Obviously, just reading this by itself just give you a lot of information. Read. This is the addendum to that. Again, stating like the specific things that we do and different fees and stuff like that. This one is super important right here. This intake form, okay? This is how the back office staff is going to get all the necessary information on the client and how to get them paid, and so everybody's in the loop. So this is very important, especially for the back office staff. Obviously, it's super easy, super simple to fill out, okay? But we just definitely need this, okay? All right, so the property management new client process, okay? So you start marketing, you know somebody, eventually you're gonna get a first call or first email, something, okay? And whichever form you get it from, whether it's first call, like ask them, hey man, what's the method you like being contacted the most? That way we can let the back office know, and for future purposes. During that first initial contact, okay, we need to figure out the client's property address and some specifics. Find out the client's goals and what they're trying to achieve or need done. Okay, so there's a specific reason why they're calling you or why they need a property manager. Either they live far away, either they have too many properties, either not doing a good job. Like, we need to figure all that stuff out in that first conversation, okay? Based on what they said, let's start give them some realistic expectations on what they're kind of telling you, okay? So they're saying, hey man, I have this property I'm trying to lease for $3,000 a month, and you look and it's only 18, you probably only rent it for 18,000. Let them know right there in that first phone call, so you're not wasting anybody's time. Okay, and then obviously listen to any concerns that the client might have about their specific situation. Remember, these people are reaching out because they can't handle what's going on right now most of the time. They're either too busy, live too far away, or just don't know how. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, service first, listen to what's going on. The consultation phase, okay? Either on the phone or meet at the property. Like, I like to actually meet them at the actual, I want to get eyeballs on the property, okay? Before then, do some research on the actual property, pull the comps, look at the neighborhood, because at that meeting, you know, we need to give them an estimate on how much we could possibly rent the property for. Let the client know anything they might need to do for the property to be leased. Okay, so that means, hey man, this place it needs some new paint. It smells like smoke and cat pee. Okay, like let them know all that stuff, because we need to get all that stuff in line, get everything ready to go to get this thing ready for the market. Also, I mean, conversation is going to show you how professional you are and that you know what you're doing. Okay, a lot of stuff is simple. Like, look at it as a tenant. If you're a tenant, you saw they're trying to charge you mean $2,000 for a place that's all beat up, like you probably wouldn't go there. Okay, think about it in on that way. Review all the charges that as far as property management goes with the client. Let them know, hey, we charge a 10% monthly rent with $100 minimum to fill a vacancy. Is gonna be the first month rent. Okay, review all the paperwork at that consultation. Okay, it's always a good thing to bring the actual hard copy paperwork there. If the property is already managed by somebody else, get that property management company's information so we can notify them. The back office can notify them to give the other property management proper notification. Start of service. All right. So the only thing the client really needs to do to start the services is to sign this paperwork up here. Okay. And it explains, the management fees and leasing fees, what we're responsible for, what the owner is responsible for, and what exactly it takes to terminate the agreement. Okay. Obviously, to make all this easy, we have .loop to get electronic signatures if they don't want to sign right there on the spot. If there's an existing tenant, notify them as soon as we get the assigned agreement. So get the existing tenant's information, call them, and one, call them, let them know. I'll probably text them too, and three, put a notice on the door. Hey, the property is not being managed by Century 21 Coyote. Dash your name, or your name dash Century 21 Coyote with your contact information in case they need to get in touch with you. Okay, you remember you're the liaison between tenant and landlord now. If the property is going to need work, okay, if it needs cleaning, it needs painting, like let's get the ball rolling on that. It means, hey, the property needs paint, contact the painter. That needs new rugs, contact the rug company. You're in charge of all that stuff. And remember, the client pays for all that stuff. Okay, you're not paying for any of that stuff. You're just the consultant. Everything gets billed back to the client. Of course, like before you go ahead and yeah, let's do it. Let the client know. Okay, I'd actually honestly would just give the client the quote and let the client actually schedule it. That way you're just totally out the loop on actual payments. It's usually best to have all the work done, okay, before taking the photos on it if it's a vacancy that needs to be filled. So that means you don't want to take photos when the paint's still bad, okay? Prepare the marketing plan for the client to review. Get the keys from the client. If the property is vacant, obviously put the lockbox on there. Same things you would do with a regular lease. Get good photos, okay? Like if you guys have the good new iPhone, that will do, okay? I'm not telling you guys to, get, really expensive, high quality photos, unless it's a good, $2,500, $3,000 lease, okay? But if it's, $1,500, like I'm sure like these photos on the iPhone is good enough, but it really depends on what type of service you're trying to put out there. the idea is to get, the advertising as soon as possible. Okay. So remember, these property owners, every day that property is not leased, that's money out of his pocket. Money, 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 money. So the faster we get the advertising going and a tenant in there, that's good for everybody. Also, at some point, get a voided check from the landlord so we can have the bank account information so he gets paid. Okay. So we know the process, we know all that stuff, paperwork. Now how do we actually find properties to manage? All right, we got a couple ways to do that. Okay. Honestly, many of you guys' first property management clients are going to be from current clients. Okay, either past clients or clients that you have right now that are looking for investment properties. Many times you're gonna have a client, hey, I have a home right now, I'm looking to buy another one, but I don't want to sell the other one. So can you manage the property? That's probably your first one. But there's some other great ways to find these people. So one of the best resources I think is to use the website called Remind. And to use Remind, we're gonna go to the MLS. I'm sure all you guys are familiar with this page. And then we're going to go to Remind right here. This is essentially, it's a map with everybody's tax information, essentially, okay? And it's all over the state of Florida, maybe more than that. I don't even know, honestly. And you guys should actually look at this just for future purposes, not even for property management, okay? But I'm gonna show you some things on here that will really work well for property management. So what I like to do is, look for closed business, look for residential leases. I like to go back. Okay, let's go back from the beginning of the year. And then I want to make sure I have absentee owners and out-of-state owners. So there's gonna be pulling up all the people that do not live in the property and people that do not even live in the state that own a house. Obviously, we want to talk to people that are going to need our services. So who's going to need our service the most? People that don't even live in the state, okay? These people are definitely going to need our services, especially when things start going crazy. Many times people think they can handle owning a property out of state until stuff starts going bad. And that's when you want to be, there, okay? At least start a form of contact. Let's shrink this. But essentially the goal with this is to identify somebody that does not live in state or does not live in the actual house, get their contact information, because this site's going to show you what's their real mailing address, what's their name, and it gives us a way to contact these people. All right, so you see right here, it shows us what kind of property it is. You know what I mean? This one's for $1,200, too bad, whatever. $1,300. So you get a good view on what kind of property you're dealing with. What's the fee structure that it might look like, okay? So for instance, let's choose this one. So it's give you all the relevant information about the property, when it was last listed, who's the selling agent, who's the listing agent, blah, blah, blah. I like to look at this because, RE/MAX doesn't have a property management division. So that's good. So I was like, all right, so it's probably not managed by anybody right now, or at least not in-house. Okay, what I like to do is scroll all the way down and go to public records. And what I like to do is find the guy's mailing address. Okay, so as you see, it's an absentee owner, and this guy lives in California. Like, obviously, this guy is going to need a property manager. Okay, if he does not have one already, he's going to need one at some point. Okay, So with this, we have this guy's mailing address. I forgot how on here I actually find his name, but I mean, that's obviously pretty easy to find the person's name. But essentially, we have the mailing address. Okay, this is a great opportunity to, either send handwritten letters or high quality brochures to this person's mailing address, advertising your service. Okay, so if you guys are serious about this, like, think of some really good marketing material to start sending to people. I would literally just do this. I mean, it's really passive. You don't have to do anything. Obviously, you guys go a step ahead, and go to white pages and get phone numbers and stuff like that. But this is probably the simplest way to start doing this. Mail outs to absentee owners. You see where this guy lives at. And as you can see, it used to be show you how many people. You should be able to see it on here, but zoom in actually a little bit. Shrink this. And just in this little area right here. What I'm looking for is the results. I just want to show you how many of these properties are available that people that here that have recently closed. Okay, these people that just closed. We're just looking at the last 6 months. Okay, on leases. So there's people living there right now, and that just closed. A good way will actually go from September 2019 to last September. So leases that are about to renew up. Okay. Great leases that are about to go vacant. That's a great target to start hitting. As you see, 246 people. You have a lot of targets, a lot of ammo to give out your services. Okay, let's see where this guy lives at. Down there says Mark. His name's Mark. So we know that. We know his name. We can put that in the letter so it looks a little bit more personalized. So either find the people that have current tenants in there, or look back and try to guesstimate when these leases are about to expire. Most leases are 6 to 12 months. So I would just go, 12 months back. All right, this guy lives in New York, okay? He definitely needs a property manager. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, these people live far away too, okay? There's no way he's coming back over here in case an emergency is happening. All right. So absentee owners, rental listings. Look for people that are about to vacate. Look for people that are currently living there. And then, this is a great way. If you guys are tech savvy and know how to do Google ads, Facebook ads, this is a great way to start targeting, potential clients. A good way to start doing that is I know for a fact on Facebook ads, you could put people's individual addresses so they can see the ad on there. Okay, so that guy in California, I'd put his address on there, 1 mile radius, and start targeting him. Okay, maybe have a combination of mail outs plus Google ads, Facebook ads, and your own personalized property management website. Okay, so online marketing plus mail outs. I think that's a great way to get this ball rolling. Plus referral clients after a while. Great way to get some extra income. Okay. But that's pretty much it, guys. You guys have any questions on anything? Can you please share the notes? Yes, I'm gonna put the notes in this right now.
Hey, Javier, is doing the comps the same for rentals as it is you would for, buying and listing?
Yep. The comps would be the exact same, but I would go on a zip code basis instead of like a subdivision basis.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. You guys just email me and I'll give you guys the notes. In my yeah, basically the exact same way you guys find comps for just regular sales. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm about to cut you guys loose. I hope you guys have a good rest of the Friday. I suggest everybody jump on Remind, jump on Dotloop, check out the forums, and like do you guys self a favor, like jump on YouTube a little bit. You know what I mean? Learn a little bit more about property management even before you jump into it, because there's a lot of work. Okay, so I made it seem like it's gonna be hands off. You know, you're gonna be getting calls of tenants. Hey, this is going on. This is going on. So before you want to do it, like see if there's something you can handle. Okay, but I suggest it's gonna be a good form of income. If you get, even if you get, you know what I mean, five people, that's extra $1,000 a month. You know what I mean, that's a car payment right there. So if you guys don't have any more questions, cutting you guys loose. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Later.